We'd like to thank our sponsors for today before we start here. Out of East Footy Show. Make sure you go watch that every Friday. Sorry, our sponsors are Hillsville Greyhounds, the match of the day. Local footy hard for the scoreboard. Best on ground will be the Pettis suspension and brakes. Goal of the day is the architectural cladding supplies. And mark of the day, thanks to Game Face Vision. So thanks to our sponsors down there. Other sponsors for the day as well. We've got Ready Recovery, play hard, recover harder. Use code Local Footy Hub 15 at checkout for 15% off all your recovery needs. And BMK Commercial Carpentry and Plastering, BMK Built. So thank you to all those sponsors there for sponsoring today's stream. As all players are in positions now, just waiting for the ball to be held up to start play. And we'll have some play underway then. So umpire holds the ball up in the air now, and the siren goes for us to get play underway here. This ball's thrown up. It's Nan Curvis who gets the early hit down, but Pemberton sharks this one, but he's met with a tackle straight away. And now Belgrave look to get their first look forward now as they kick this one forward, looking for the teammate there in Prismic on the far side of the ground now. Does it stay in play? Yes, it does for now. The tackle is laid down there. Alexandra with ball in hand now, but another strong tackle is laid, but they managed to get it out the back here, so they've done well. Got it to Nan Curvis. Nan Curvis can link up through the middle for Boots. Now Boots tucks it on his arm, kicks one down the line. Can a mark be taken here? Not quite, and held in front, so Belgrave looked to try and bounce off half back here. Handball didn't quite meet the target. So ball at the bottom of the pack now, fighting hard at the bottom of the pack for Belgrave. There is Morrison. The umpire blows his whistle to ball this one up. So stoppage in play at half forward here for Alexandra. As the ball's thrown up now. Curve has probably got a little fingertip to that one, but both ruckmen not really having much say in that contest. A high contact free kick is going to go the way of Alexandra here. And recipient of this free kick is going to be Jonathan Grimwood. Grimwade now puts it into the pocket. The kick doesn't quite meet the opposed target. And it's going to go over the boundary line for a stoppage in play inside the forward pocket. The ball's thrown back into play here now. Dan Curvis decides to grab it out of ruck and gets a snap off. But it was applied with enough pressure to enable the kick going very far. Now it's still in the back pocket, and Pemberton meets it, but he's met with a nice strong tackle over the line as well. As some players exchange a few push and shoves there. Still searching for the first goal in this game. It's been down in Alexandra's forward line for the past at least minute or two. Nan Curvis gets to the ball first and gets the tap down, then follows up and grabs the ball and gives out his own handball, tucked up on the boundary line now. No clear possession being won yet, and it's Belgrave who can get a snapping kick out, and it's punched out of the way, but meeting that ball for Alexandra there is Aikman, but Belgrave managed to get away, but I think it's going to be turned over straight away unless a block is paid. No, the block is not going to be paid, so Charlie Boots now looks to move the ball back into the forward 50 here for Alexandra. Ball at the bottom of the pack and mopping that up for Belgrave and getting it out is Lachlan King. King gives it over to Nunn. Nunn just gets his kick away before it's tackled. He does that really well. So now they can go for the middle of the ground here. Kick to centre half forward, meets the target now, and they roll around straight away to Belgrave and put a long kick inside forward 50. Is it on target? You bet it is. First goal of the elimination final goes away at Belgrave, and it's come off the boot there of Nathan Power. Power kicked 4 goals last week for Belgrave. He's their leading goal kicker for the season as well. Great start there for Belgrave after Alexandra dominating a lot of it early on in their forward 50. Belgrave with a quick transition just managed to capitalise straight away. It's a ball back in the middle to resume play here. As the ball's thrown back up, tapped down one by Nan Curvis. Ball at the bottom of the pack now. But it's Belgrave again who can get this centre clearance and push it back into their forward 50. Can it might be taken? Not quite at the back, but Nunn gets the crumbs. Nunn snaps around his body, and Nunn puts through the second of the game. Such an exciting player is Kyle Nunn. Caught him a few times over the past years. We called him earlier this season where we mentioned that something can happen from nothing when Kyle Nunn's around the area. around the area, makes things happen that you wouldn't expect to happen. Just that magical type of player. Doesn't always look extremely neat the way he does stuff, but he always makes things work and can pull out a goal out of his back pocket as like he just did there with a beautiful crowing work in the forward 50 there. So Belgrave with the early lead here in the game. 2 goals to 12. 2 goals straight to 12. So dominating the setting clearance work early after. Nan Curvis is really winning the ruck battle there for Alexandra. But Belgrave doing the job in the midfield. Nan Curvis again wins that tap down, but it's going to be sharked here by King. King gets a handball at the back. Now they can try to go laterally. Interesting looking kick as they chase after here through Wood. Wood gets a handball away, but it's a slight fumble, and they go back to Wood. Can Wood get around the tackle? Yes, he can. So they got the ball in their possession here. Kick doesn't quite meet the target, but doing well at ground level there is Summers. Now they move the ball forward here, looking for in the power direction, but they don't know which player it was. There was 2 players there. They didn't know which one was the intended target. Now they go wide, chasing after here is Nathan Dawson, but Alexandra managed to mop it up for now and can go just get our jail free kick down the line and try and make something out of this. And they've done all right here as Georgiades picks the ball up and puts the kick down the line to Alexandra with the ball coming to half forward now. Can it might be taken? Not quite, but they could get one out the back here. A couple of taps moving forward, but now it's Belgrave who can get the ball on the turnover and try and use the middle of the ground, looking for the skipper Pemberton. Just managed to get it off before it was cut off. Pemberton comes wide, looking for Nunn. Nunn holds it and immediately plays on. Nunn sees the open goals. Nunn has a shot. 2 early goals to Kyle Nunn. Belgrave are on fire here. 3 goals early. But no hesitation of playing on there. Kyle Nunn saw an open goal square and took full advantage of that and put it straight through. So Alexandra really need a response here. Fast starting Belgrave. If you're watching this, you're watching this on local footy hubs, so make sure you go. If you're here, make sure you've downloaded the app, right? If you're watching it on the app, and for all your live games, latest news, match league plays, teams, and player stats. It's got everything all in the one place there. This ball's going to be thrown back up to play, so Dan Curtis and Summers to go back at it. Summers gets the punch from behind, moves it forward, meeting the ball up is Prismic. Now they can get a couple of handballs at the back, but Alexandra get it at ground level, and they move the ball forward here, giving it off to Lucas. Lucas goes wide, and they've got a bit of space out here on the far wing. And it might be taken the forward 50. Yes, it can, but it's intercepted by Belgrave, who immediately bring it to the middle of the ground. Pemberton takes the mark and then gives a handball out, looking to use his runner off the half-back, but there was a slight fumble. Belgrave could still make this work, but it's Alexandra who get it and just chuck it on their boot, put it deep inside their forward 50. Can they make something of this? Looking for Stewart, who's in pursuit, but it's punched over the line and done really well there for Belgrave. So it'll be a boundary throw in the forward pocket here for Alexandra. We saw the ball stuck around this area for a good 2 minutes earlier in this quarter. Been going 7 minutes. The ball's thrown back into play here. Tap down. No clear possession being won there. Tackle was laid straight away, and we're going to have the exact same thing. Another stoppage, but this time a bit further and a bit more straighter towards the goal square here for Alexandra's forward 50. The ball's thrown up, tap down. Now they look to move it back here. Kick towards the boundary line. Does it stay in play? No, it doesn't. So Alexandra are going to have a real good look here of a turnover free kick, and taking the ball here for the recipient of it is going to be Ben Cooper. So Cooper chucks it on the boot and just chucks it into the hot spot. Can a mark be taken? Not quite. It finds its way out the back. They gather it at ground level. A couple of tacklers late. They just get a handball waved. The umpire says no. That's holding the ball. So Belgrave can get out of this one for now too. Real good opportunity there it was for Alexandra, just unable to capitalise. As Belgrave now go a short kick over to the skipper Pemberton, who's been lively early, as he has been for the last 4 to 6 weeks, as we mentioned in the pre-game preview. As now he goes for a kick wide, but he has turned it over, and now they can look to move it forward through Lucas. Shot on goal, open goal square. I don't think it's quite got the distance, and it's going to be intercepted there. Doing his work is Westcott, as he often does in the last line of defence. Now they come bringing it in wide, looking for Beggs. Can he hold the mark? The umpire pays the mark. Couple of juggles, the umpire with the benefit of the doubt. Beggs has a look and then decides to just go for a kick down the lot. And a good strong mark taken out in front by Chris Campbell. So one of the players we previewed earlier kicked 5 goals last week. He's kicked 29 for the season as well. Doing well there. He's going to get a free kick is Nathan Dawson for a block. So Nathan Dawson will have a look. His eyes are darting around, so he doesn't look 100% confident. He really wants to center this ball back in, so he's not confident at all. But now he's going to go back and back himself. Saw him have a day out, kicking 3 or 4 a couple of weeks ago when we called his game. Missed a couple too, so really missed out on a big bag, but was very lively in that forward 50. So Dawson looking to put through Belgrave's 4th goal just before the 10-minute mark. And this is going to go wayward into the pocket. And it's going to be helped over the line by the ruckman Dan Curvis for a rush behind. So a first minor score on the board going the way of Belgrave, 3-1-19 to Alexandra, yet to score. Boots to bring this ball back in. He goes wide. Finds Meehan. Meehan now. Comes in short. Switches to play. Does that well. They don't quite exactly know where they're going to go. This is Sam Boots. Brings it wide. They've done this all right. They've got it out to the half-back line now. Tucked and the kick just down the line. And it could get out the back. Here's a chance for Alexandra to get out the back. But Belgrave do mop it up. Couple handballs out the back. Now they go down, handball down the line and find a teammate down there running is Anthony Johnston. Johnson tucks it on his arm, then goes for a short kick, fighting a teammate there. Does really well. They turn around and immediately move it to Pemberton, who's been a goal kicking machine and a ball winning machine as of late. Pemberton sees something as light, puts it straight into the forward 50. Almost holding the mark there was Dawson, sorry. Tackle is late. Umpire lets him play out, and it's going to be holding the ball. So here's going to be another chance of Belgrade had a shot on goal, thanks to the likes of Nick Mackay. So Mackay for a chance to kick Belgrave's 4th goal of the game. Just 11 minutes into this opening quarter. So Mackay comes in. And it's well offline. Going to go through for a minor score. So unable to convert that opportunity. But Belgrave with a 20-point lead here early in this game. They look to bring it back out to play now. Kick down the line there off the boot of Tom Boots, the vice captain. And it comes up, gains plenty of meterage up the middle of the ground, but Belgrave look to try and get in the middle of the ground here. Alexandra with the tackle and pressure, get a handball out to Luke Spence. Now they look to move it to their forward 50. And it's got it on the far side of the ground. It's going to be a free kick going the way of Alexandra. And they go for a short kick down the line. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it can. Just trying to see. Think it might be Stewart, the recipient. Yes, it is Will Stewart. First time they versed each other in round 9 this season. Stewart did kick 8 goals, a known goal kicker. But this one's going to take all his best, tucked up on the boundary. A kick of at least 45. The umpires ask for the ball back. Oh, there's an injured player down there. I missed that. Got a pole in my way, but yeah, so there's an injured player. Trainer, I did notice the trainer run straight out there, but this player hasn't really moved, so must have been in that marking contest. They've gone down. And the umpires ask for the ball and stop play for now, just so they can try and assess this injured player. So as both teams come into a little huddle now. So I can't quite see what's going on because Belgrave have huddled up right in front of my vision. So can't quite give you guys much of an update on the actual player or the injury. But he still hasn't got, he's been helped up now as I say that. Oh, but then does a really interesting limp off. So he's getting helped off. Just going to try and gather who it is. So very slowly making his way off. Once I can gather who it is, I'll let you guys know. Might even be. So as they make their way off now, they'll allow the player to at least get out of the play region before they resume play. So now they move their way over. So still just trying to, can't quite see the number. Now he's walking unassisted with a limp though. It might even be Chris Campbell. We want to preview. I'll wait till I can get proper confirmation though before I go out and just throw a name out there that it clearly isn't their player. And I see them running out there and call their name and go, why did I just guess? But Stewart has his shot now. Kick is online. Does it make the distance? No. It's going to be punched forward. And on the line now, still didn't quite see who the player was because the play resumed. But there's going to be a free kick going the way of Belgrave. Recipient of this free kick is going to be Alex Harvey. They have to regather the ball back from there. I think I might have been right in saying I think it might have been Chris Campbell who went off, but if we don't call his name for a while, that will be why. Westcott, a matter of fact, it must have been a behind. It looks like Westcott's bringing the ball back into play. And a mark over the top by Pentland. Good strong pack mark there. And second whistle's been blown, so is that a 25-metre penalty? And yes, indeed it is. Unsure what he did wrong there is a Jard. So Pentland down the line. I shouldn't have spoke because here is Campbell. Campbell tucked on the wing now. Puts it in deep inside forfeit. Dawson, none. Take your pick. Dawson holds it. How they allowed Dawson and Nunn both to be free out the back like that, I am unsure. But it might be crucial as Dawson looks to go back and put through his first. Nunn proving a threat early on. Obviously kicked those 2 goals early. And now we wait to see if Dawson can convert. Missed one already, but can he convert this time? In he comes. Kick is on his way. Holds his line. He put through his first. Belgrave have kicked their fourth. Alexandra yet to shovel the scoreboard. 4-2-26 leads no score. If you're watching this as a local footy hub as well, you'll notice that out at East Footy Show posted Fridays at 5 p.m. Make sure you tune in for all the latest reviews and previews of upcoming games and interviews as well. Every Friday with Steph Barkis, Aidan Miller, and Adam Brogdon. So the ball makes its way back to the middle now. Summers and now Curvis. Now Curvis wins this tap down. Alexandra try and get this clearance out, and they succeed in that. So now they move the ball forward. A couple of handballs linking up here. Now a shot at goal. No, they're going to send the ball to the pocket. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it can. No, it's not. It's not paid. A snap towards goal, but a tackle is laid to apply. It's enough pressure. Another tackle laid in the pocket here, but Belgrave get it out for now and look to kick this one down the line. But now it's been mopped up here. Turn around, short kick, and they found a target here. Target does look like Ben Cooper from the best I could have seen. No, it wasn't Ben Cooper. I didn't quite gather who the number was, though. But they come in, Alexandra. Try and put their first on the board. Kick is on its way. It's probably just got to fall short. And it doesn't. Now it goes over to register score. So they've registered their first score via a rush behind. $18 minutes gone in this quarter. So Westcott to bring the ball back into play for Belgrave. Kick down the line in the Beggs direction. Beggs will fly. Unable to hold the mark there, though, as they look to keep the ball moving. Tackle is laid. Umpire lets it go for a little bit. The umpire. Boys, whistle ball this one up. There's a kick inside the forward 50 there. Alexandra with a chance to try and convert here for their first goals. Kick around the body, centering ball into the pocket. It's going to probably go over the line for a boundary throw, and that it is. So let's see if they can try and convert something here from this stoppage. As I mentioned, 19 and a half minutes gone in this first quarter. The winner here will go on to play Pakenham next week. Tap down. They're won by Belgrave. They look to try and run this ball out, and they've done well. Pentland puts the boot in the ball, looking for the skipper in Pemberton. Pemberton grabs it and then immediately turns around and plays on, puts it in the Dawson direction, Dawson follows up his work, hasn't quite cricketed up yet. Now he picks it up and gets a handball moving forward. Can they get out of this? Couple of handballs over the top. They've done this well, but this might be turned over now. No, Pemberton goes in and gets it at ground level, then gets a handball moving forward. Getting his boot towards Mackay there. And he's done well to find a teammate. Campbell puts it inside the forward 50 and finding it is Power on the lead. So already kicked one, Power. First goal of the game he kicked. So we're looking for number 2, leading goal scorer for them this season. So Power will have a kick of about 40 metres. Not much angle to deal with. As he'll begin his approach here now. Power. And he comes now. Opens up the arc and plays on. Kick is on its way. Kick looks pretty good off the boot. He's put through his second. Belgrave dominating this game very early on. They lead by 32 points, 5-2-32 to Alexandra's one behind. So yeah, they're just really dominating and being more fluent with the ball. When they've gone inside forward 50, they've hung on to all their chances and converted. As for Alexandra, they've definitely had some chances down there in their forward 50 and just haven't been able to convert or find some connection going inside their forward 50. Just even a quick kick out of a stoppage. When they've had those stoppages and plays in those pockets, they just haven't been able to find anything yet. We'll see if that can change late in this quarter, going into the quarter time break. As a tap down. Can they move it forward here? But Belgrave again managed to intercept this one, and they can bring it wide to Pemberton, who's been everywhere this quarter. Pemberton goes long in the Nunn direction. Can Nunn hold the mark? Yes, he can. Good, strong mark, actually. Probably a bit too far out to score, so he has a look around and puts it short. And a great kick into the Dawson direction, leading up at the ball. Kicked a goal just moments ago to Dawson. So he'll look to put for his second of the quarter as well, as Belgrave just proving way too strong for Alexandra early stage of this game. So Dawson looked to put for a number 2 and Belgrave 6. Dawson. In he comes. Kick looks good off the boot. Kick holds its line. He puts through number 2 and he loves it too. 37-point lead here to Belgrave late in this first quarter. We're going 22 and a half minutes. Just dominating play. So the umpire brings this ball back to the middle of the ground now. So the ball's thrown up. And this time coming in to do the ruck duties for Alexandra and winning it down with a Jard. So they try and get a handball out here. But again, Belgrave look to surge their way forward. A scrubby looking kick, but can they make it work? Alexandra, a couple of fumbles there as they look to try and get it on the interception. Beggs with a good strong tackle laid there, and the umpire blows a whistle to ball this one up. So it could be very much that Alexandra go into the break 6 goals down, 6-0 opening term. That could be the story as we go into the quarter time break. As now puts it inside 450 as Pentland. That's going to be a free kick against the Alexandra player there. Aikman. going way too early, and the free kick is going to go to Power. So Power will... It's already kicked 2 this quarter. No, sorry, Campbell, sorry. It's one of the only key forwards yet to not kick one this quarter for Belgrave, so he wants to join in on the party. So let's see if he can convert here. For a 7-goal opening term, Campbell, 5 goals last week. Last time they versed. Opens up the angle. Kick is on its way. Does it come back enough? Not quite. It's going to go through for a minor score. So Boots to bring this ball back into play. Playing on. And goes wide. No mark taken on the far side. And Belgrave look to bring this ball back into play here. Dawson's found a paddock on his own again. Probably a bit too far out and tucked up in a really tight angle here. Matter of fact, it's going to go out of bounds. He must have juggled it when it went over, because otherwise it would have been out the full. So he must have just not taken it clean enough. As the ball's thrown into play here. Tapped down here by Nan Curvis. Going after this is Pemberton, who gets it at ground level, but he's met with a nice hit from shoulder there. This is Pemberton now, who wheels around and puts boot on ball into a dangerous spot. Can a mark be taken? Begs almost, but now it's Alexandra who get it, and Tom Boots can go wide. Can he find a target? No, it's going to go out of bounds on the full. So Belgrave again with another opportunity late in this term. We've been going just over 25 and a half minutes, so creeping up to that 27th minute. 26 minutes gone, creeping up to the 27th minute mark. Kick inside the forward 50. Ned Curvis fires over the top to try and take the inset mark. Unable to hold it, but here go Alexandra as they get a boot to the ball, trying to open up the centre of the ground. But it's all Belgrave chasing after this in numbers. They've got a two-on-two situation here. Belgrave get their back and a kick inside, looking for Nunn, who holds on. And again, like we say, wheels around and wastes no time, put it inside forward 50. Good kick there. Looking for Power, but doesn't quite get to it. Just spoiled away, and now Alexandra get out of trouble for now. And again, they look to open up their wing, and it's going to be turned over yet again. Taking the inset mark from Belgrave's Corey Fritz. Corey Fritz opens up the middle of the ground, just misses his target, and this one's going to be turned over. So maybe another chance here for Alexandra to try and put through their first goal of the quarter and the game. Predicus goes wide. Now they bring it back inboard to Alexandra, and they find Ryan Lucas. Lucas goes far to the wing. Now they can try and run it up into half forward. Can they get one out the back? He doesn't stay in play. A great one-handed pick up there, but an even better tackle laid there and stopped him in his tracks. The umpire's going to reward the tackle, holding the ball. And they waste no time to Belgrave switching to play and opening up the fat side, finding Charlie Morrison, but there is the sign, and what an opening term it is by Belgrave. 6 goals, 3-39, leading Alexandra just a singular behind. Dominant play going inside 450, just converted every opportunity they had. We'll throw it to a quarter time break and join you back here for the second quarter action. As Alexandra break away now, the players make their ways back out to the middle. I'd like to thank all our sponsors today: Hillsville's Greyhounds, Local Footy Hub, Petter Suspension and Brakes, Architectural Cladding Supplies, Game Face Vision, Ready Recovery, Play Hard, Recover Harder, use code Local Footy Hub 15 at checkout for 15% off, and BMK Commercial Carpentry and Passing, BMK Built. Thank you all for sponsoring this game and this live stream. As we wait for the umpire to hold the ball up to resume play. As the ball is held up now, so play will resume. And it is Nankervis who gets that first tap down for Alexandra, but Belgrave are the one who proceed forward, but it's been turned over. But again, it's been turned over again, so Belgrave was short kick looking for Beggs, just falls short of him and falls over in the meantime as well, trying to dive to take the mark, so Alexandra can make the most of that and put a kick moving forward to Stewart. So Stewart turns around, puts a kick inside the forward 50 as two fall at the bottom. And Mark is taking it inside the forward 50, I should say. I was seeing as the two players in the goal square either having a little bit of a push and shove or both had fallen over as they tried to mark it. Not quite sure, but taking the mark here is the skipper, Edward Watkin. He'll look to try and put through Alexandra's first of the game. Just 45 seconds in this second quarter. So it'll be a great start for this second quarter after a disappointing opening term. Watkin, can he settle his team in here with the first goal? Opens up the angle and that's missed everything. So it's not the result that they would have wanted. And it's missed a lot and it's going to go out of bounds on the full. So, Belgrave to bring this ball back in. Kick down the line here in the Campbell direction. Campbell flies, almost hangs onto the mark, and it's Alexandra who get it ground level. They put the ball back inside forward 50, and they found another target here. So they'll have another chance at goal. Holding on to this mark is a Jard. So Jard will have a shot at goal here. Comes in, slight angle, changes his mind at the last second and pops a kick into the hot spot. And I thought it just had a bit too much on the kick at first, but they've made it work. As they'll have another shot at goal. Have a closer shot at goal than they originally would have had here. Hanging on to mark was Josh Edwards. Kick 7 the first time these two teams played. So definitely knows where the big sticks are. Umpire just rearranges his angle as Edwards comes in now looking to put through Alexandra's first on the game. Kick is on the way and it's missed. It's gone to the near side. So a couple opportunities missed early here for Alexandra. This time Josh Edwards missing to the near side. And Westcott will bring this ball back into play for Belgrave. He goes long down the line and gathers plenty of meterage. As Belgrave look to try and run this ball up and doing really well. And kicking it down the line here is now they can go storm into half forward. And they've got to play out their own here. And then they move the ball. Short kick inside the 450 looking for Nunn. Just falls short of him. Now, tackle is laid inside the 450 umpire. Boys, whistle to ball this one up. And a free kick is going to be paid here to Belgrave. It's going to be Nathan Dawson, the recipient of this. So Dawson, again, looks to try and pass it off. Just dips one into the pocket. That's a really strong mark taken there by Chris Campbell. Get the troubles the scoreboard yet. Chris Campbell kicked 5 goals last time these two teams played. So Campbell tucked up on the boundary line now. We'll have a look for Belgrave's 7th of the game and first of this second term. Campbell, not an easy angle to deal with here. Comes in. Kick is on his way. And he's missed a lot, so he's put it out of bounds on the full. So we've already had 2 out of the fulls early in this quarter. 1 from Alexandra, 1 from Belgrave. We're going 4 minutes into this second term. Short kick in. Finds Nick Meehan. Meehan goes short. Finding Parker. Parker looked like he wanted to move the ball really quickly. Now he does. Brings a kick inboard. Just misses. Falls short of his intended target. I know it was Predicus. As Belgrave go back inside the 450. Dawson drops the mark. He probably should have held on, but follows up with some second efforts. Is he going to get one in the back here? Umpire says play on. Ball at the bottom of the pack. Probably going to blow the whistle to say no pro opportunity as they scrap and fight to try and get this one out, but unable to. So they'll have to. Umpire blows the whistle to ball this one up. Ball's thrown up now. Chasing after it hard here for Belgrave. Here is Stowe. He's met with a strong tackle. Cries to hold the ball. Umpire disagrees and blows the whistle to throw this one up. So still in the forward 50 here for Belgrave. This ball's thrown up. Now Curvis wins this tap down. Alexandra look to try and get the clearance out. Handball intercepted, but a tackle is laid straight away, so it doesn't really travel very far before another whistle is behind the ball. This one up again. This ball's thrown up. Dawson to do the ruck dues. This time against Nan Curvis, and this one's helped over the line. So the boundary throw in. Matter of fact, they're just going to bring the ball in closer and throw this one up. Well, so that wasn't ideal. As the ball's thrown back into play now, Dawson get front position of Nankervis and wins the tap down. There's now a couple of handballs out the back, but intercepting this is Jack. As they try and get a clearing kick high up and under. It's a 2-on-1 situation. Beggs parks himself underneath it, but a great sprawl coming the other way by the Alexandra player, Ajard. Good contest by both players. As we'll get another stoppage and a boundary throw in here. The ball's thrown back into play now. Now Curtis in front position and wins the tap down as well. Chasing half after is the skipper Pemberton. He's met with a tackle by Parker. Summer gets it at ground level. Then they get a tap knocking forward, but it is Alexandra who get it almost intercepted. Can they try and get out of here? Good spin out of traffic there, and they handball it back into a dangerous spot. Luckily, it was a really good strong tackle by William Goiter, stopping him in the tracks. Umpire to throw this one up. Tap down by Beggs. Now they look to try and move it forward here to Belgrave, but a tackle laid there on Johnson is a really good one and an effective one as they'll get the hold the ball free kick, and now they'll bring it wide and short to Ajard, but really good ground covered there by Lachlan King is spoiling the ball out of play. If you're watching this on the local Footy Hub app, make sure you download the app or visit or continue looking through the website after this stream for all the live scores, player stats, game day news, match reports, you name it, it's all in the one spot. Now Curvis gets front position, then grabs it out of the ruck, gets a kick away, but it's partially smothered. Summer goes back at his work, has his kick smothered too. Prismic gets it at ground level, gets a handball out to Johnston. Johnston with a short kick, and now he's met with a tackle. And it's going to be hold the ball here. Just probably bit off a bit too much and he could chew there. Plays on. Corralled by Campbell, but doing well to get the kick out to Nankervis. Nankervis brings it inboard. None. Almost cut it off. Just probably mistimed his loop. Kick moving forward down the line. Finds Prendergast. Prendergast turns around and quickly puts it inside the 450. Good early body work done there by Watkin. Ball at ground level inside the 450 here for Alexandra. Cooper gets a kick away into the pocket. Can it might be taken? Not quite. Gets out the back, and Belgrave with the numbers out the back and can go for a get out jail free card kick down the line, and a nice mark taken by Power. High up the ground is Power. Now they go long down the line. This could be turned over though as Nunn is beaten to the ball, and a great pick up there as they run Alexandra. Have a paddock of space here. Now they bring it back inboard. They've got a player on their own here in Lucas. Lucas gives the handballs off. Now it's shot a goal. Is this their first of the game? Yes, it is. It is Ed Ajard who's put through the first goal for Alexandra. So they'll be happy to get that one out of the way now after a couple of missed opportunities early in this quarter, but they are finally on the board. 6-3-39 Belgrave leads Alexandra 1-2-8.
Yeah, they lost the Yarra handball. I think 93 points or something. Yeah, I know. Well, we thought it was sort of suit us.
So there's a play. Ball makes its way back. Ball tapped down. Now Alexandra can get the centre clearance moving forward here. And Stewart, bounce doesn't quite favour him, but he goes back and gets it, but he's met with a tackle going and getting it for Belgrave. Was a player whose number I currently actually don't have, so that doesn't quite help. But I'm assuming it's either Bolger or Booth. Tap down there. Almost a great pickup, and matter of fact, it is a great pickup there as they can go down the line. looking for Campbell, but just goes over the line. Doing the really good pick up there was Daniel Ryan. As I look to bring the ball, throw the ball back into play, the umpires. We've been going 10 minutes in this second term. The umpire throws this ball back into play now. Nankervis gets front position on Beggs and then just thumps it into open space. Gains a couple of metres, but it's going to go the same result over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. This ball to be thrown back into play here. Nankervis just opts to grab it out of the ruck, then chuck it on his boot. Probably not going to be 15 if a mark is paid. No mark was taken anyway. Ryan goes in and try and get it. Umpire probably at the wrong end of the ground. It's probably going to be a high contact free kick, but Parker gets it and puts it on his boot and probably just stays in play, and that it does. Sun's out for this beautiful elimination final, and there's going to be a blood rule, but Parker. So I wonder where... So Parker comes off the ground. Jard has got like a bloody eye. So I wonder where that's come from. Didn't quite gather where that exactly came from as the ball's thrown in. Now Curtis wins that tap. Beggs goes in to try and get a... Pentland, goes in to try and get a handball. Prismic just misses the ball when he probably should have. And Beggs met with a strong tackle there. Tackle laid there by Grimwade, Now Curvis again wins that tap down, and now they can try and move it for Grimwade. Grimwade puts it on the boot, puts it into the hot spot. Can a mark be taken out the back? Not quite. There's a free kick being paid. Which way is it going? It's going Belgrave's way. Kick down the line for Belgrave. And then told to play on, so they just follow up down the line. But intercept mark taken there, so Alexandra with another chance to go back in the forward 50. Kick back inside. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it is. Let's try and get... And it's the skipper, Edward Watkins. So he had a chance earlier on in this term to kick Alexandra's first and his first, but unfortunately missed a lot. Can he try and rectify it here with Alexandra's second? 12 and a half minutes gone in this quarter. So Watkins... Not much of an angle to deal with, and a kick of about 30 metres. Comes in. Kick is on its way. Just goes to the near side for a minor score. So Edward Watkins unable to convert there, the skipper. Taking the kicking duties will be Bakewell for Belgrave. So Bakewell assesses his option and decides he's just going to come long and wide. Hooks for the wood direction. Was that a throw? Umpire didn't see it. And Pentland with a nice hip and shoulder over the line. Couple of shouts for height. But it's helped over the line for a boundary throw in. Ball's thrown back into play now. Then Kerbers wins that tap, gets a tap down. Now they move it inside the forward 50. Can a mark be taken out the back? Not quite. And Stewart unable to get onto the end of it. And it's going to be a boundary throw in. So not the worst result here for Alexandra, but they need to try and make something work at this forward 50 stoppage. So ball's thrown into play. Tap down. Now they look to move it here, but it's going to be intercepted. Now they, again, it's a scrappy ball being won here, but getting it at ground level there is Prendergast. Prendergast met with a strong tackle by Pentland, and then doesn't like how he received it either. And a bit of push and shove happens here right in front of us. So just the last minute or so, he's picked up the energy there. Probably Alexandra get a bit frustrated. We've not been able to convert some chances here as well. Pentland kicks it down the line to Dawson. Dawson brings it into the middle of the ground. It's a good kick. It has the bounce going to favour though. It does favour them all right, but a nice strong tackle laid there. But now they can go and fly forward 50. Belgrave, Power, unable to hold the mark. Was there a free kick? Umpire says no. Alexandra try and get it on the rebound here. And they go up to half back, looking for the runners. Now they've got it. They look to use the middle of the ground here. Couple of handballs to link up. Now they come wide. And they look to try and move Stewart. Stewart loses his feet, but then gets back up to gather it. Does really well. Matter of fact, it was Predigus. He did really well with some feet work there as well. But it's Belgrave who get it. And now they move it forward here. But a nice, strong tackle laid by the big ruckman, Dan Curvis. But it doesn't matter because there's going to be a free kick for a high contact. So Summer. Kick down the line. Can a mark be taken? Not quite. It's going to be helped over the line. So it'll be Dawson and Curvis to contest his ruck battle. Summer just places himself a kick behind play. Now Curvis gets a little fingertip to it and a tackle laid there. And I believe it looks like Pentland of Belgrave. I'd like to thank our sponsors today, Hillsville Greyhounds, local footy hub, Petter Suspension and Brakes, Architectural Cladding Supplies, Game Phase Vision. As the ball's thrown back up into play, Dawson Pemberton unable to take cleanly and spoil it away. Other sponsors today as well, Ready Recovery, play hard, recover hard, use code local footy hub 15 at checkout for 15% off. BMK Commercial, Carpentry and Plastering, BMK Built. Thank you for all the sponsors for sponsoring this stream. Tap down. Was there a high contact free kick? Probably threw their head back there. The umpire didn't fall for it. Dawson, then Curvis. Now Curvis stumped it into open space. Now the foot race is on for the ball. And now at ground level, and Alexandra are the ones who get there first and get the handball out. They lose ball on their sides, and they met with a strong tackle there. Was Grimwade, and it's got to be a free kick going the way of the ruckman of Belgrave, Summer. Summer brings it into the middle of the ground. Good looking kick. And now they look to bring it wide, coming off the boot here of Booth. Booth puts it in. But it's going to be turned over now. Can Alexandra keep this clean? No. This one's going to go out of bounds on the full, I'd imagine. Yes, it is. And might take a car out. Hits the top of the car as well. So Belgrave skipper Pemberton will take this. No, he won't. He'll gather the ball and then handball it off to his teammate to take this kick. And it will be Anthony Johnson. So Johnson now to bring the ball back into play and winds up and puts it straight into the hot spot. Can Amar be taken out the back? No. Pemberton almost gets the crumb work there. Handball over the top. Beggs grabs it. There's a free kick being paid. It's going the way of Alexandra. Wasting no time finding a teammate there. It's Sam Boots at half back. So Boots short down the line and finds a teammate there in Ben Jack. So Jack now has a look around and just decides to go high up and on and down the line. Stewart will contest this. Summers in front. Did he hold? He's been paid the mark. So it brings it back. It goes backwards and more central and finds Corey Fritz. Fritz goes even more central and finding a teammate there in Bakewell. Bakewell decides to keep using the middle of the ground, but this one's going to be turned over. Tom Boots collides with his own teammate, and it might be costly as Belgrave go back inside the forward 50. How's the bounce suit? Alexandra bounce is okay. So they go long and wide towards the boundary side, but it's going to be intercepted here by Bakewell again. So Bakewell puts it on his boot and chucks it back inside forward 50. Can Amar be taken out the back? Over the top is Dawson. Been lively, Dawson. Just kicked the one goal, but he's had a couple of opportunities and immediately passes off because he has a man all on his own here. It might have been... we'll wait to confirm which number it was, but... and it's going to be Anthony Johnson who's been lively. Don't know how he got out his over that much, but great awareness and vision there by Dawson to be able to spot him and should be directly in front. Should be able to convert from here. Johnson, kick of 20 metres, kicks on its way, and the good old commentator's curse as it misses and goes to the far side. Knew I should have said anything. Down the line. A nice, I thought it was an earlier mark taken there, but Alexandra still managed to mop it up. And they get a kick down the line. A couple of players running forward. Spence is one of them, but if they can get it over to him, and yes, they'll go further down the line. Maybe Spence can get on the back of this one. Belgrave forcing the turnover. Alexandra with ball back in the hand. Here is, they'll finally use Spence now. Handball over the top. It's going to be turned over as Belgrave look to move this one and rebound it off the defensive 50. Booth gets the ball, gets a handball moving forward, and a tackle is laid. Does it make its way out or not? Shouts to holding the ball. Umpire blows a whistle to ball this one up. 20 minutes gone in this term. Ball's thrown up now, tapped down. On the far side of the ground, umpire lets it play out. Blows a whistle to ball this one up again. Make sure to tune in every Friday night on the local Footy Hub website to the Outer East Footy Show, Friday nights at 5 p.m. with Steph Barkers, Aidan Miller, Adam Brogdon for all your pre-game previews and reviews of the previous round, along with some interviews as well, as Alexandra look to go inside the forward 50 here, looking for Watkins just over his head, but he's going to get a free kick for his troubles, I'd assume. Yep, this he is for a push in the back. It was definitely there. So Watkins had a cut. He'll be hoping that third time's the charm. He'll have his third look at goals. One missed a lot. One went to the near side. Can this one go through the middle? Kick is on its way. And this time he puts it through. So there's Watkins first and Alexandra second. And the margin comes back to 25 points. 6-4-40 Belgrave leading Alexandra 2-3-15. So the ball's thrown up now. Tapped down. Alexandra looked to try and get this clearance, and they punch it forward, but getting on the end of it nearly was Wood, but he was slightly interfered. But he goes back in and lays a nice strong tackle and somehow ends up with the ball as well, as the whistle's being blown, as they notice it's not going anywhere, so it's going to be a ball up. Getting into the back stages of this quarter, 22 and a half minutes gone. Beggs will go up against Cooper. Cooper gets a tap out the back. Parker chases off. Edwards, matter of fact, chases after it and get a kick away. And can they move the ball forward here and running out of room on the boundary line? Here is a mystery number 20. This ball's thrown back into play. Beggs and Cooper again. Cooper with the tap down. Doing well in ruck duty. Pentland tries to shrug the tackle. Wasn't able to, but then does get his handball away. Handball over the top there by Stowe. Stowe gets it back, then uses the middle of the ground. Interesting, dangerous kick. Is it going to work out all right? Yes, it will, because Westcott bursts off the middle of the ground. Then they use the middle again. And here they go. Westcott, boot on the ball. Inside 450, but it's turned over and intercept Marva Alexandra. And they're wasting no time coming up the middle either. They find Spence at centre half back. Spence uses his runners off the half back line. Now they'll go long and wide. See something is like, and they've made their way up to the half forward line. Inside 450 kick looking for Stewart, and he's got it. So Stewart again, the only thing is he's again tucked up on the boundary. So he was tucked up on the boundary earlier as well. He'd be hoping he's getting his more kicks central, but at least he's providing the leads, and now they're starting to at least find him. Can he convert? Kicked 8, as I mentioned, the first time these two teams met. And the last time these two teams met, he went scoreless. So kick is on the way. Can he kick one on the halftime siren? No, he can't. So it goes through for a minor score. So a better quarter there by Alexandra, but probably missed a couple of opportunities to really, really bring the game a bit more further back. But nonetheless, it's a 24-point lead to Belgrave. 6-4-40 leads 2-4-16. We'll head to the halftime break and be back for the third quarter action. Play won't be too far away now. So here come Alexandra's Belgrave are in their final positions. And they'll have a look around. The umpire just waits for the final people to get off the ground. Sorry, the umpire escorts for they'll hold the ball up. Treasury play in this second half. The umpire holds the ball up now, so there is the siren. So third quarter action to get underway here. Nankervis and Summers to kick it off. Summers went up early, but still managed to get the tap down, and Pemberton is the one who gets the centre clearance, moving inside the 450 here for Belgrave. None overruns the footy and gathering at ground level. There is Harry Aikman. Now they get a kick away to Alexandra. They go far down the wing to no one really in particular, just to open space, chasing after his Luke Spence, but he's bet to it by the Belgrave player. But a nice strong tackle, front on tackle was laid there. And Alexandra can try and get on the turnover here as they look to try and move it forward. And there's a free kick going the way of Belgrave, but the advantage is paid, and they find a player out on the lead here. Now they can go inside 450, looking for Power, and he's got it. 2 goals in the first half to Nathan Power. He just unloads, puts it to the top of the square. A couple of players down there. Can a mark be taking out the front? Beggs almost. Just being spoiled away. Then getting the kick away just in time was Parker. Pulls to the front. Now Kerrs applies the pressure. Just enough pressure to knock the Belgrave player off his balance. And they can go off it here. Now Edwards meets the ball up here. Quickly pushes off his mark. And now he comes wide to the forward 50, high up and under ball. Stewart will meet himself there, but the intercept mark's going to be taken by Belgrave. But there's a whistle being blown. It's going to be a 25-metre penalty. Still going the way of Belgrave. So early wins in this opening minute here in the third quarter for Belgrave. Down the line, Beggs flies, unable to hold the mark, and takes out a player in the meantime as well. Now a couple of handballs. Nankervis was getting a bit busy earlier on for the ruckman for Alexandra. He goes short. We said how good he is around the ground for a ruckman. Handball at the top. Nankervis gets it back, then just one-handedly chucks it on his boot. Spoil from the back, but Alexandra have got it now. They just chuck it deep inside the 450. Does this stay in play or does it roll out? It stays in play for now. Then it is helped out. No, it stays in play. And keeping it in play now for a chance to have a look at goal. Umpire Pinch holding the ball, so Belgrave get out of that one again. The defence holding up strong. Just goes wide and short. Unable to hold the mark as the kick falls short, but again, this is turned over to Alexandra here with a chance. Kick on the way by Grimway, just across the face. So there was a chance to open up the second half for Alexandra, but missing the opportunity there. And Westcott to bring the ball back into play. Kick wide. Can a mark be taken out the back? Mark spilled. So the ball falls to the front of the pack, but it is Campbell who gets a kick away into the open space. It's Alexandra's Tom Boots chasing after this, though, the vice captain. But a tackle is laid by Beggs, and he's corralled over the line for a boundary throw in. So a win there for Beggs. The umpires get the ball back into play. It's going to be Beggs and now Kurtvis who'll take this ruck battle. Now, Beggs, gets the tap down from in front, but Boots tracks it down. That is Tom Boots. Handball over the top. And now tackle is laid. Can they keep it in play? Umpire Pins holding the ball, so it's going to go the way of Belgrave. And a 25-metre penalty. Pemberton with ball in hand as well. And another 25. Was that another 20? Yes, it is another 25. So this will be a definite shot at goal. Short kick in to Dawson. Breakaway and found some space in the open paddock. And Pemberton does rise and hits him up. So Belgrave with a chance to kick their 7th goal first of the second half. So Dawson looking to kick number 2 here. Dawson kicks on its way. He's got 2 for the game. First goal of the second half going the way of Belgrave, and they push their lead out. 7 goals forward now. 46 leads 2 goals 5, 17. Good ball used by Pemberton there, hitting up Dawson, who led hard and he honoured the lead. No ruckman really getting the tap, but someone gets the tap down on the bounce, but then getting the clearing kick away was Sam Boot, high up and under ball to centre half forward. Can a mark be taken? Not quite. And Belgrave can intercept this and come wide to Wood. Wood gets the free kick anyway, then the advantage. Nearly chased down, but then he goes wide into the Nunn direction. Can Nunn get there? Taking the intercept mark is Tom Boots, covering good, crucial ground there. He has a short option here in front of him in Frank Combe. Decides against Frank Combe and just goes down the line to a 2-on-1 situation, and it's the intercept mark going to be taken by Fritz. Fritz has a look around, and he comes short. He comes long down the line to a contest as well. Boots could get this again at the back, and it's not going to be Boots. It's going to be short to Nankervis. Nankervis uses the open middle of the ground, but they can't get it over there. But Belgrave were clear touch. It's going to be pinned for a throw, and Pemberton was going to nearly run into an open goal and have a shot there, but the throw was pinned, and Alexandra can try and bring this back off the half-back line. Ball in hand here is Ben Jack. He goes wide. A nice strong mark and immediately playing on Alexandra. Handball over the top here. They go inside the forward 50. Wobbly looking kick, looking for Edwards. Didn't quite hang on to it. But then he goes and gets to the ground level, but he's met with a strong tackle and stopped in his tracks. So umpire calls for the ball to ball this one up. Been going 6.5 minutes in this third term. The ball's thrown up into play now. Sumner wins that tap down, finds Pentland. Tackle is laid straight away. A couple of calls holding the ball. Umpire lets them play on. Now a kick down the line. Can a mark be taken? Not quite. Was there a free kick? No. Umpire lets them play on. Fritz gets the ball and then didn't like the treatment he got. Evo. The play keeps going on the far side of the ground. Now a kick down the line going the way of Belgrave's way, but a big flying mark taken over the top. There's one for the highlight reel and the mark of the day. Kick down the line. Can a mark be taken a half forward? Yes, it can. And there's another strong mark taken. That's got to be 25 minutes penalty as it was knocked out of his hands. Umpire disagrees and they bring it back in. And this one's going to be intercepted by Beggs. Now, is that 25 metres? No, umpire tells him to hold. So now they go wide down the line. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it can. Now they go short to Pemberton. Pemberton opens up the fat side. Interesting kick. Could this be cut off? No, doing well to cover some ground and knock it forward is Alex Harvey, but Alexandra have it back in their hands. Mitch Parker goes inside the forward 50, looking for Edwards. Edwards looks to try and turn his player inside out, nearly loses his feeding, then gets around his opponent, but then runs out of room and runs over the boundary line as is corralled. Really good win there by Morrison, who didn't allow him to get around him at all. Corralled into the boundary line, has now forced a stoppage inside the forward 50 here for Alexandra. So the ball thrown back into play here. Now Curtis in front position, wins the tap down. Now handball out wide. Can they gather this? Running onto the ball. Bernardo towards goal. How's the finish? Goes straight through. What a finish there coming off the boot there of Riley Frank Combe. There's Alexandra's first of the second half. Clinical finish there, Riley Frank Combe on the check side. 7-4-46 plays 3-5-23. Alexandra not going without a fight in this elimination final in Division 1 out of East. So Ball comes back in the middle to resume play, and Beggs has got in the ruck here for Belgrave. Tap down now. Nan Curvers will get on the interception and look to move them forward to centre half forward. Alexandra, I thought almost hanging on to the mark. There was the mystery 20. Nan Curvers nearly hangs on to that too. Goes back in and gets it, but then he's stripped of the ball. There's going to be a kick in danger, free kick going the way of Belgrave. Advantage is paid as they go in the side of 450 and they find Campbell in the lead on his own. Had at least 10 metres of space there. And he's got to back himself in. Yet to trouble the scorers today. 5 goals last week when they played each other. This will be a kick of about 40 metres. Bit of an angle to deal with. So in comes Campbell. Kick on its way. Does it come back? Not quite. That's Campbell's second behind of the afternoon. Margin back out to 24 points as it was at halftime. But this one's going to be quickly intercepted. Handball over the top. Dawson with ball in hand. Dawson swings around. Dawson has a shot on goal. Through for a minor score. Also Dawson's first behind. So margin back out 25 points now. Playing on from the full-back kicking Nick Meehan. But this one's going to be cut off as well. Or did it go out of bounds on the full? No, I think it's just going to be a boundary throw-in. So 2 rucks to go battle here now. Dan Curver steps up. Miss Sumner steps up for Belgrave. So ball's thrown in. Just falls short of both ruckmen, and it's made for the midfielders to work by themselves. Now, a couple of handballs, so Alexandra look to link up through down the line, handball over the top, and they let it run up the line. Now, kick down the line. Can they make some of this? No, because it's turned over. Belgrave have a player in the middle of the ground if they want to use him. Kick goes a little bit further than they would have hoped, but they'll make this work. Handball over the top to the player on his own, Mackay. Mackay comes short, using the ball well, but it bumped off the ball. Was Campbell doing well as an offensive effort there, and another bump off the ball as well. So now they let the ball play out. Now the foot race is on, but going back and getting it there is Ryan. Did well to get around, and he's going to get a free kick for his troubles. Advantage is paid. Kick down the line, finding a teammate there, and the ruckman Summers. Summers now at half forward, has a look around, brings it central, looking for Dawson. Nunn's in the area, so is Beggs. Unable to hold the mark though. Kick out of trouble for Meehan. Meehan finds Tom Boots. Tom Boots thought about playing on, then stopped in his tracks. Now he goes, puts it down the line, and a nice mark taken over the top. Now they can play on and bring it in central to half forward, looking for his runners. Doesn't see any, so he rolls and brings it wide. See the play out on his own, and they've done well here. And then they'll bring another kick in short, and a mark is held. Just trying to go up. Looks like it might be Ed Watkin. Indeed it is. Oh no, matter of fact, I think it's Jonathan Grimwade. So Grimwade now. Come in. Looking for his first. Kicks on its way. Can it hold its line? No. And it stays in play, matter of fact. So it's still a chance here. No, the umpire signals a free kick, I believe. Yes, it is. And it's going to be a shot on goal for Alexandra. So they've got 2 in the quarter now. Just trying to... It's our mystery number 20 who's put that one through. 13 minutes gone in this quarter. So, keep staying in the game here is Alexandra, and they've brought the margin back to 19 points. The ball's back in the middle now to ball this one up. Ball's thrown up now. Tap down. Moving forward. Met with a strong tackle there is Sam Boots. They look to move it forward. Pemberton does well through the hips to get out of that tackle. Shrugs off another one. Then gives a handball out to Lucas. Sorry, not Lucas, Ryan. Now a kick along inside the 450. Here's Nunn. Can he get around? Handball over to Power. Power snap around his body and just across the face. So a couple behinds coming the way of Belgrave this quarter. 7-7-49 leads 4-5-29 back out to 20 points. Playing on from the fullback kicking is Nick Meehan. Nick Meehan goes long and wide. Couple of players compete for it, and it's fallen to the front of the pack, and Grimwade picks it up and immediately uses his hands. Now they put it deep inside the 450. Stewart presents, and Stewart's got it on the lead. But again, he's tucked up on that boundary, and he has a look. Thinks about it, still thinking, and he's going to pass it off. Grimwade with the work rate. Grimwade gets it. He was the one who originally set up this play with the handball, made the work rate to get back to the goal square, provide an option for Stewart, and he can get on the end of this and hopefully put it through for Alexandra's third this quarter. This will be a really good team goal here. Grimwade starting this play. In he comes. Alexandra's third this quarter. Kicks on its way and he puts it straight through the middle. What a goal for Grimwade. Work rate on full show there. He's first of the afternoon. And Belgrave missing a few chances. Might come back to haunt them as the lead is now cut back to 14 points. And they've only kicked one goal since that 6-goal opening term. Alexandra have managed to put on 5 and 3 coming in this quarter. So they're definitely not going down without a fight, and they're coming. It's going to make for a exciting finish. Remember, the winner of this will play Pakenham next Sunday in the semi-final. Tap down, loser will be eliminated. Handball over the top. Now Alexandra go forward again. Inside 450 kick, sliding forward and taking the mark again. They'll have another chance at goal here. Just trying to gather. It's going to be Will Stewart. So Stewart, in he comes. So Alexandra's 4 for the term and to cut the lead just back to 8 points. In he comes. Kick is on its way. It's probably done it just a little bit too much. He's hooked it a bit too far. It's going to go through for a minor score of 13 points the margin. Will Stewart still searching for his first goal of the game. Has taken some good marks inside 50 though as they link up play as Belgrave look to try and clear out a defensive 50. Kick down the line. Kenna might be taken out the back. Not quite. Belgrave do get it. It's Campbell at ground level, but he's stealing of it. Umpire waits, and you know when they crouch over like that and wait with the whistle in hand, you know what they're going to give, and they're going to give holding the ball. And he tells the umpire players to give the ball back now. So Campbell at half back. So fairway up the ground. Now a kick down the line. Dawson is in the region, so is Beggs. Beggs unable to hold the mark. Dawson could get out the back here. Here's Nunn. Taps it into his advantage. Nunn goes for it now. Nunn goes for goal. Can he put through number 3? No, just misses to the near side. Almost another classical Kyle Nunn moment there. But just unable to finish. Kick down the line there, and they look to use the middle of the ground, picking it up now and turning the player inside out with Sam Turner. Turner goes to Grimwade. Grimwade, can he shake it off the hips? Does manage to get a kick away inside the 450. Edwards comes up to meet it. Edwards with the one-handed pickup was brilliant. Now he looks to try and turn his player inside out. He's corralled to the boundary line. Nowhere to go. So puts a kick inside the forward pocket looking for Stewart. Just over Stewart's head and over the hands. Now, can they try and gather something here? They've still got it at ground level. Umpire lets it play out. Ball does manage to fling its way out now. Can something major of this stoppage play? Kick around the body, snap on the boundary line. And he's got it! What a finish off the boot there. Snap around the body, tucked up on the boundary line, and they finish it with class. That is definitely a contender for goal of the day. We'll just gather who that was in a second. Didn't quite gather who that was, what number it was, but for what it looked like, it might have been even Charlie Boots or something like that. Maybe the player was on the wing, but now as the ball's thrown back into play. But here do come Alexandra, just 8 points the margin now. Now they go forward again. Grimwade looks to shake off his opponent. Does really well. Then gets boot to ball in the Stewart direction. Is he pushed under the footy? Umpire sees it and umpire gives it. Alexandra with a chance to cut this back to just 2 points. I thought Belgrave really came to play out after that opening term, and I thought it was going to be troubling sides for Alexandra if they could hold on to that all game. Alexandra have fought back of a chance to have a shot at goal here to bring it back to just 2 points. Stewart looking for his first. Been a marking presence all day. Kick is on its way. Does it hold its line? You bet it does. Margin back to just 2 points. Here come Alexandra. Great fight back here from Alexandra. After going goalless in the opening term, they've now piled on 7 goals, including 5 goals this quarter, and the margin is just 2 points. Belgrave leading 7-8-50 to 7-6-48, and have missed a few opportunities, Belgrave, to really capitalise on some goals this quarter. So now, umpire blows the ball to boys. Went up. 21 minutes gone on this third quarter. Tapped down. Pemberton pushed in the back. Umpire lets it play on. So now they have a look around. Tap in. Umpire sees a push out by the looks of it, and it's going to go the way of Belgrave's. So Beggs will be the recipient. Beggs now puts it inside forward in the Dawson direction, but it's going to be cut off, intercepted there by Tom Boots. Tom Boots wastes no time, going by hand, and Meehan kick down the line, looking for Grimwade. He gathers it, then runs them all off their legs, then puts it in the Stewart direction again. His hands have been elite this quarter, especially this quarter and the second quarter, coming to life, and kicks it inside 450 and finds Watkins. Matter of fact, it's not Watkin, but I'm just going to try and gather who it is. But Alexandra with a chance to put through number 6 and take the lead. They've passed it off and found another target here. Only not much ground covered, but another chance for it in the hands of another person here. So now in they come, Alexandra to take the lead. Kick is on its way. And it's just across the face. Just trying to gather. So only 1 point is the margin now. Belgrave with a long kick outside of the pack. Can the mark be taken here? Pentland, a strong pack mark taken there by Pentland. He pushes off the mark. Tells his players to come. Now a kick down the line. Beggs parks himself underneath it, unable to hold the mark, but then tries to follow up his work. Overruns the footy, but pick it up at ground level. It was Prismic, gets a handball, then gets it back off the ricochet. Johnson puts a kick inside 450, bounces in favour of Power. Can Nunn get it out the back? Nunn picks the ball. Nunn snaps. Nunn put through number 3. Margin back out to 7 points. So just when Alexandra were really taking control of this game, Belgrave put a little bit of a settler and pushes the margin back out to 7 points. So the ball will be brought back to the middle of the ground now. Ball's thrown up. Nankervis tapped down. Nankervis followed up his own work and then bombs it inside the 450. Kenamarkti taking out the back, not quite spilled. We've been deep into this third term. 25 minutes just about gone now. Handball at the back, shot at goal. A nudge was just enough to push them off the line. It's going to go through for a minor score. A kick down the line by Belgrave. It's going to be a free kick going the way of Alexandra. It was Ben Jack missing the goal too. And this free kick's going to go the way of Parker. Parker finds a target short on his own and does that well. Parker arcs for it back. Almost thought about giving it, but this time they're going to wheel around to the open goal square. Doesn't come back enough. Not quite, but a mark in the goal square. And it's Will Stewart. And there's the sign for the three-quarter time break. Margin is 8 points. 6 points, sorry. So Stewart, if he kicks this, would be his second and make a 7-goal term. 6-goal term here, for Alexandra. And the scores would be level going in the three-quarter time break. Stewart, in he comes. Kick on its way. Does it come back enough? It's come back. Scores are tied here at three-quarter time. What a fight back there from Alexandra. 6 goals in that term. And it's 8-8-56 apiece going into the final break. We'll go to the three-quarter time break and we'll be back with this fourth quarter action as scores are levelled. The ball's thrown up now. Held up, sorry. Thrown up into play. First tap goes away of Belgrave Summers. Who's going to get the first clearance? Ball at the bottom of the pack. Pentland and Pemberton for Belgrave both fighting against Mitch Parker there to try and get that ball out, but the umpire blows whistle to ball this one up. Parker thumps it forward to try and get it in the favour of his team, but now Belgrave put a kick inside 450 and they find a teammate and a target there. It looks like Nathan Power, and his Power wheels around, plays on straight away, high up and under ball. Doesn't quite make the distance and it's going to be rushed over for a minor score. So first goal score, of the last term going the way of Belgrave for a rush behind. So they do have the 1 point advantage now. They come wide to Alexandra and find Georgiadis. Georgiadis now down the line. Can a mark be taken? Good body work early and holding on to the mark. It's Charlie Boots. Charlie Boots decides to bring it a bit more central. Can a mark be taken? Yes, it can. Good strong mark taken in front there by Sam Turner. Turner wastes no time playing on and gets it over the top to Predigus. Predigus now. Handball over the top. He'll might get it back, and that he does. Predigus wheels around and puts it deep into the hot spot there, waiting for a mark. And out the front, the ruckman, Nankervis, who started this quarter forward to try and make an impact, has a chance to put Alexandra in front for the first time today. Great hands out the front for Lockie Nankervis. It was obviously a clear plan this quarter as he has started out of the goal square. We know he can impact the scoreboard and take a grab and how well he does around the ground. But here is a chance to kick his first of the day and put Alexandra in front for the first time today. So a lot lying on this kick now. Lockie Nankervis had a great game in the ruck and around the ground. Here's a chance to impact in the four-line. Kick is on its way. Does it hold its line? No, it goes through, but a mark by Stewart. Stewart plays her on, snaps around his body, and Alexandra are in front. Alexandra with the first blow in this last term have hit the front by 5 points thanks to Will Stewart and his goal number 3. Wow, we had Lockie Nankervis take that mark and not quite make the distance, but Stewart in the goal square takes that mark and immediately snaps around his body to put Alexandra in front. Belgrave are shocked. They weren't expecting this. After a 6-goal third term to Alexandra, and Lockie Nankervis goes straight into the ruck now against Summer. So the 2 number 1 rucks for both teams will start this ruck contest in the centre. 3 minutes gone in this last term. Alexandra with the lead by 5 points. Ball's thrown up. Nankervis probably got a little hit, tap down to that. Parker goes in and gets it. Gets a high contact free kick or gets a handball and advantage is paid. Kick doesn't go very far, but it might still work out, and that it does. Now they'll look to wheel around Alexandra, go back inside forward 50, looking for Stewart again. Doing well out the back and punching it away was Fritz. But they get it out the back. Another snap towards goal. And Grimwade puts through. He put through his second. He's had an unbelievable game. And what a crucial goal as Alexandra push out to 11 points. Alexandra really riding the momentum wave here early in this last quarter after the third term, inspirational third term that they had. 10-8, 68, leads 8-9, 57. Belgrave were well in control of the game, especially earlier on. But now it's all Alex's. Ball's tapped down, but here they go. Pentland swats off the tackle, but then he is chased down. And he's going to be pinned holding the ball. They take the advantage, kick down the line. Can it might be taken? Not quite, but it falls to the back of the pack. And it is Alexandra who first get there. Can they get a handball out to get a clean possession? No, the umpire blows the whistle to ball this one up on the far side of the ground at half forward. Ball's thrown up. It's Summer who gets the tap down, but it's Alexandra who get it through Predigus. Now they can try and move the ball forward here. Tackle late on the line. He's going to be corralled and helped over the line. So another boundary throw in, but we are inside the 450 here of Alexandra. Ball's thrown back into play. 2 rucks go to Bell. No one really gets a hold of that. Now it's at the middle of the pack. Little handball out. Was it a throw? Umpire says play on a couple. Appeal for it. There's going to be another ball up here inside the 450 here for Alexandra. 5.5 minutes gone in this last term. Ball's thrown up into play now. Get a tap. Not quite. So another stoppage in play. Ball's thrown up. Tap one by Summers there. Getting it though and getting it around the traffic with Steiner. Now a kick off the boot. It's missed everything and it's going to go out of bounds on the full. So Corey Fritz to bring the ball back in for Belgrave, and he wastes no time bringing it back in. Finds a teammate down the line as well. Bakewell kicks it looking for Campbell. Is he going to get a free kick? Yes, he did. I thought the umpire was a bit of a late whistle. I didn't think he was going to get it at first, and they're going to be rewarded with a 25-metre penalty. Alex has been a little bit undisciplined today. So Campbell puts a kick, Pentland, puts a kick inside 450. Kennan might be taken out the back. Was there a push? Yes, there was. So Belgrave are going to have a look at goal now. And it's going to be off the boot of Dawson. Here's kick 2. Tucked up on the boundary though. So Dawson will take a very good kick. Kick of at least 35, but tucked up on the boundary. In he comes. There's a whistle being blown. And it's going to be a downfield free kick, so this should be a certain goal now for Belgrave. And it's going to go to Nathan Power. Their leading goal scorer for the season has kicked 2 today as well. So this would bring the margin back to 5 points. Power. In he comes now. Kick's on its way, and he puts it straight through. Margin back to 5 points. Power put through his third. What a game we got on the line here for the elimination final. The winner will play Pakenham next week. Next Sunday. Down there at Woori Alec Recreation Reserve. We'd like to thank all our sponsors for sponsoring today's live stream. Hillsville Greyhounds, Local Footy Hub, Pedal Suspension and Brakes, Architectural Cladding Supplies, Game Face Vision, Ready Recovery, Play Hard, Recover Harder. Use code Local Footy Hub 15 at checkout, 15% off. And BMK Commercial Carpentry and Plastering, BMK Built. As Alexandra looked to go forward, but it's turned over. Summer now puts it to the top at half forward here for Belgrave. Chasing after it here is Campbell. Can he go over? Yes, he can. Handball off to Pentland. Pentland sees an open goal square. Pentland has a shot on goal, but he's going to get a free kick anyway for the treatment he got after the ball. Left his boot. And he, speaking of leaving his boot also leaves his foot in the meantime as well. So they're going to get a shot at goal here. This, if it goes through, would give Belgrave the lead back by just 1 point. So he has to put his boot back on. So a little stoppage in play while we wait for him to put his boot back on. So still waiting for him to put his boot back on. So Pentland now has ball in hand and will run it in to put. So Pentland comes in and now he looks to pass it. Sees a leading Dawson, but just puts a bit too much on the kick, and this is going to go over the boundary line for a boundary throw in. Been going 9.5 minutes in this last term. Alexandra with the 5-point lead. Ball's thrown back into play here. Tapped down one by Nan Curvis. Can Belgrave get a snap kick out of here? Yes, they can. Pentland around his body, but it's gone through for a minor score. And a little bit after as well. And it's getting a little bit worried. And it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go the way of Alexandra against Pentland. And it's going to go to Meehan. Meehan the behind there, because I said his name. But Pentland, the vice captain, put through his first behind. Short kick down the line. Overrunning it there, but a nice strong tackle laid there. But it's going to be a dangerous tackle. So Belgrave with another look at goal. So ball in hand is William Stowe. Plays on and puts it into the hot spot. Can it be taken? Yes, it can. Flying over the pack. And taking a big, strong mark in front of it is Chris Campbell. Plays on, steps around his body and hits the post. But was the advantage paid? No, it wasn't. Oh, lucky, because he has hit the post as well. So luckily he didn't go behind his mark, so he'll have another look at goal. So now, look what's going on here. That's going to be a ball up now. I'm not sure what happened there, but Nan Curvis gets the tap down, then a kick out of the pack, straight into the post. Didn't quite see whose boot that kind of came off. I think it might have been Powers. But 4 points is the margin. 3 points is the margin, sorry, now. Kick down the line. And now it's down, stoppage in play on the far side of the ground at between half-back and the wing. Kick down the line, partially smothered, so now Belgrave have a chance to go forward, but it's going to be cut off here. But a nice strong tackle laid there, stopping him in his tracks. But it's going to be a high contact, a high fend-off free kick, as a matter of fact, what it's going to be. So it's going to go to Belgrave. Beggs now with ball in hand. Puts a long kick inside the 450. Dawson is there, unable to get it. Can they get one out the front of the pack, though? Alexandra get it at ground level. But now it's a scrappy ball. It's going to be who wants it more. The umpire blows the whistle to ball this one up. 12 and a half minutes gone. If you're watching this, make sure you go to localfootyhub.com.au or download the app to see all the live scores, player news, stats, ladders, you name it, all in the one spot. Tap down. Can they get something of this? Belgrave's fighting hard to try and get it, but Alexandra again. But a tackle laid there. Can they get a handball out? Pemberton goes in and lays the tackle. No one going anywhere, so the umpire blows the whistle to ball this one up. 13 minutes gone in this last term. Alexandra by 3. Tapped down by Nan Curvers, but getting at ground level was Prismic. Just gets a handball away. Tries to go for the free kick, but doesn't able to get it. Now a kick into the hot spot. Can a mark be taken? Almost scorching after it. Can someone gather this ball there for Belgrave? Not quite. Alexandra get it out here, but it's going to be intercept mark. Matter of fact, the mark is dropped, but they managed to mop it up. Now a kick inside the 450. Can a mark be taken? Just over the head. Power gathers it. Power gives a handball off. Power to Campbell. Campbell with a sidestep, but that saving tackle stopped him in his tracks. Now Alexandra with a quick kick down the line. Who's going to be the one to mark this? No one marks it, and it falls into the front of the pack. Now, Alexandra get a quick kick out of the stoppage towards the boundary line. How's the bounce going to sit? Edwards chases after and helps it over the line. And it's going to be a boundary throw. And what a game-saving tackle a goal-saving tackle, that was in such a critical moment of this game. 14 minutes into this quarter. 3 points is the margin. Great sidestep was by Campbell, and there's a player down behind play, so they're probably going to have to hold this one off. Yeah, so they're going to have to wait for this. Player is William Stowe. He's up on his feet now, but he's going to be helped off by 2 of the trainers. Doesn't look like he's putting much weight on his foot. So there'll be 2 players that Belgrave are down on the bench late in this game, which is not ideal. Obviously lost that player earlier on in the game as well. A couple of round of applause from the crowd as well as he makes their way off. So the player will resume now. Prismic comes on to replace the injured player. Now the player can resume. Sumner and Nan Curvis. Ball throwing falls short, going in and getting Prismic. Prismic gets a handball at the back to Wood. Wood is tackled, disposes incorrectly. Alexandra get the advantage. Not the advantage that they would have wanted, but it's going to be turned over and back to them anyway. Another tackle is laid. It's going to be a free kick going the way of Alexandra. Going the way of Mitch Parker. So Mitch Parker now at half-back. A long kick down in the direction of Edwards is at the bottom of that pack now. A couple of handballs out the back. A couple of players throw themselves on it to try and lock that ball in. Ball's thrown up into play now. Summers and Nankervis again. Nankervis just stumps it forward to gain some territory entirely forward line. Stewart taps it over the top to Edwards. Edward banana check side off across his body, but he was tackled in the meantime and knocked off the ball. The ball does manage to stay in for a meantime. Fritz gathers it, but he goes over the boundary line and will be thrown back into play. The boundary line just beaten him, sorry. So a goal-saving tackle there at both ends now late in this quarter, or midway through this quarter. 16 and a half minutes, gone in this. I was going to say 15. Now, ball's at the bottom of the pack. Couple of tackles late. Umpire jogs around and then blows his whistle to ball this one up. Ball's going to be thrown up here. Tapped. Now Curvis grabs it out of the ruck, then tries to kick it away, but it was smothered. Now it's probably going to meet the line again unless they get to it first, and getting to it was Spence, but just managed to beat it. Get there over the line. So it's going to be another boundary throw in for the 2 ruckmen to go to work here. Sumner gets front position and then thumps it away. But it's Alexandra who get the ball. Handball over the top to Parker. Parker, snap around his body. Stewart's in the goal square. Unable to hold the mark. Fritz doing the defending work there and spoiling it away. Then chases after. Was he pushed? No. Stewart runs around a couple. Handball over the top. Doesn't work. Edwards there. He's tackled. Did he have tackled without the ball? Umpire lets him play on. Ball at the bottom of the pack. Umpire boys just to ball this one up. Ball to be thrown up. Ball thrown up. Ball thrown up now. Can it be intercepted here or something, mate? This is a whistle being blown. Hold the man, and it's going the way of Alexandra. Right as we hit red time, 18 minutes gone in this quarter, and it's going the way of Stewart, who's already kicked 3. So Stewart this to settle it. And push it back out to 9 points. As we hit red time in this game, in the last term, Stewart. Kick is on his way, but it's going to go to the near side. So 4 points is the margin. Stewart has 3 goals, 3. 9-11-65 trails, 10-9-69. Can Belgrave go end to end and take the lead? So they look to bring the ball back in. They're looking to go wide, boundary side, and that they do. Summers is in the contest, flying higher over the top there, but unable to hold the mark with Ryan. But here go Belgrave. Was he tackled without the ball? Umpire says play on. Cooper gets the ball, handball out. Now they move it forward here off the boot of Steiner. Inside forward 50, but now Belgrave escorted over for a boundary throw-in. It just looks like every time Belgrave look to get out of their forward defensive 50, Alexandra have an answer of them just at their half-back region and bomb it straight back in. They need to get over that wall. So ball to be thrown back in now. Tap down. Here you go. Can Belgrave get it? Umpire. Boys is whistle to ball this one up. So pressure stages. 20 minutes now gone. Ball's thrown up now. Tap down one by Nan Curvis. Pemberton goes in and puts his hand under it, but he's met with a tackle and the umpire blows his whistle to bowl this one up. Ball's thrown up. Tap down by Nan Curvis. Gets it down to his opponent's teammate Sam Boots, whose kick was smothered. Kicked down the line by Prismic. Unable to get to Mackay. Prismic goes back and gets it. Tries to fight through the tackle, but the umpire pins him for holding the ball. So Parker. Kick into the middle of the ground. Can a mark be held? Not quite. Ball falls to the back. Snap around the body. Can a mark be taken? Nan Curvis in the goal square. Nan Curvis off the ground. Nan Curvis converts. 10 points lead to Alexandra. Something for nothing there for Nan Curvis. Was unable to hold the mark, but then goes off the deck and kicks it straight through to extend the margin back out to 10 points. Alexandra taking control of this game, not letting Belgrave get past the halfway mark late in this final term. Belgrave need to win this set of clearance and go straight in there and convert. Pentland's at full forward. Ball's thrown up. Beggs gets the tap down. Prismic tries to break through the tackle. The umpire blows the whistle to ball this one up. Stoppages are got to be in the favour of Alexandra here. They need to get some clear space, running space on the outside to Belgrave. Tap down. Can they get this one clear? Pemberton tries to duck for the high contact, then gets around it. Does manage to get his kick away. Summer goes in and gets it. Through Mackay. Now, And try and get it here at the bottom of the pack. Umpire Boyce is for a high contact free kick, and it's going the way of Belgrave in Pemberton. No, it's going to go to Mackay. He will use the running player off the half back line in Bakewell. Bakewell will put it inside 450. Dawson, he's got it! And he knows he needs to get off his mark quickly and convert. He needs to just back himself in here, and whatever happens, happens. There's no time for passing off. So here he goes, comes in. Can he put through number 3 and bring it back to 4 points? Kick is on its way. It's coming back. It's coming, and he's got it. Dawson has 3. Belgrave aren't over with yet. 4 points the margin. What a game we've got on our hands here for the elimination final. I repeat, yesterday we had the qualifying final between Pakenham and Seville. Seville get the job done by 24 points. So the winner of this game will be playing Pakenham next Sunday at Woori Recreation Reserve. The loser will end the season right there. Wouldn't be much more than 5 minutes to go in the game either. Tap down one by Beggs. Can they get the centre clearance here, Belgrave? No, it's Alexandra through Parker, but there's a free kick. Which way is it going? It's going the way of Belgrave. Pemberton, they need to get the ball back to him quickly. He's gone all the way into the back line. And now they get it back to him. So Pemberton, just the right man. You want the ball in the hands of in these type of moments. Pemberton brings it into the middle of the ground. Can he find a target? Dawson's in the area. So is Mackay. Here is Nunn. Nunn has 3. Nunn swings around. Bracked into the middle of the ground. Can a mark be taken? Not quite. Summers there. Can he get a handball away? Yes, he does. But they're met with a tackle. Prismic. Is he pinned for holding the ball? Couple appeal. Umpire disagrees. Blows his whistle to ball this one up at half forward. 4 points is the margin. 24 minutes has gone in this quarter. Beggs from behind, punches it. Mackay just chucks the boot on the ball. Doesn't travel very far. That can't be 15 and is not. Alexandra get it and just put boot to ball and kick it down the line. Can they get one out the back? Here's Stewart. Can he gather it? Puts his head over the ball. Umpire says play on. Now the ball at the bottom of the pack. Tackle is laid and there's another stoppage in play. This is exactly what Alexandra need. Stoppages are not their enemy right now. It is Belgrave's enemies. They want free play, free run and get it in their four-line quickly. But they can't go conservative either, Alexandra. As the ball's thrown up, now Keras gets the front position and then taps it towards his forward 50. Parker goes in and gets it. Parker puts it on his boot. Edwards is there, unable to get it there, but chasing after it. Here's Predigus. Can he get a boot to, Spence, sorry. Can he get boot to ball? No, he can't. He's pinned holding the ball. And Belgrave immediately go up the middle of the ground. Here's Pemberton at centre half back. He brings it wide to the wing. See the running player he likes. And now they've got some room to work with. Here's Wood, but the bounce doesn't quite favour him. Now Wood gets it. Puts boot to ball. Dawson is there. Can he hold it? Just punched away. And it is all Alexandra in the middle of the ground at centre half back. And they stump it down the line. They need to talk here to Belgrave players because about 3 of them go up. But now they've got it. Can they move it forward here through Ryan? Ryan decides to go wide. Now they try and get it. Tackle is late. Good strong tackle. That's got to be holding the ball too. Umpire says play on. Alexandra, can they get out of this? A kick down the line. Doesn't stay in play. Couple of chase after it. It's Belgrave who get there first and tackle laid. But now they've got a handball over the top. Can they get some free running here? They need to pick up the ball cleanly. Stewart intercepts. Stewart tries to run around their player and then he gets a handball away. But Belgrave have it now. So now they need to try and get the ball moving forward, and that they do. Boot on the ball, but it's going to be intercepted. They've chucked a man behind the ball. Our mystery number 20 he's played forward and second ruck all day, and he tells them all, we need to calm down. Ease up, punched over. Does it stay in play? Belgrave needed to stay in play. And that they've kept it in play. Done fantastic job. Kick down the line. Can a mark be taken? No. No free kick either. Now they can go forward. Kick inside the forward 50. Can this be cut off by Alex? Yes, they've got it. And they just stump it back down the line. And they've got the mark they need. 26 half minutes have gone. Not long left. And it's Mitch Parker with the ball. Be one of the best players on the ground. Parker just goes down the line and finds a target in Stewart. And he doesn't hurry to get off his mark at all because he knows time is his friend and it is not Belgrave's. down the line, but this is going to be intercept mark, and they just go straight away. Belgrave down the line. Can they keep it in possession? Here they go, thump down the line. They get it to half forward. Can a mark be taken? Not quite. Falls to the front. Nunn is in pursuit. Can Nunn gather it? No, it's cut off by Alexandra. Now it's going to be all about a foot race, and Sam Boots takes the mark and just pushes off and goes, I don't need to do anything silly here. And now he brings it wide. Smart kick over to Riley Frank-Combe, who kicked that brilliant goal earlier. Kick back to Frank-Combe. Now he goes backwards to Boots. Might even be mean. Told to play on. 27.5 minutes gone. Siren is only minutes or seconds away. Predicus, can he keep it in play? I thought that might have been out of bounds in the full. Umpire disagrees. Pemberton lays the tackle. Predicus just gets the kick away. And now they get the clearing kick away to Alex. They might even have a chance for another one. But a good strong overhead intercepting mark taken there by Johnson. Johnson wastes no time. He goes wide. He sees a free player in Daniel Ryan. Daniel Ryan tucks it under his arm. Has one bounce. Keeps running. Then kicks it inside the 450. There's the siren. And they have a mark just after the siren. But the siren has beaten Dawson. Only by a matter of seconds. Only a matter of seconds, the siren has beaten Dawson, who would have had a shot at goal to put Belgrave in front and to win the game. But it is Alexandra who have come home with the win in this elimination final. What a game we have. Alexandra will play Pakenham next week in the semi-final at Woorolloc Recreation Reserve. Belgrave, unfortunately, their season ends here, but what a season they have. Starting the season 0-4, then coming and winning 10-2 since then. Thank you guys for joining this live stream. Thank you guys for joining this live stream, and we'll see you all next week for the semi-finals action in the Div 1 for the Outer East.